Future-Proof is sponsored by Equipping Young Adults for Life, inspiring student resilience, championing hope.
I'm going to start with confidence because I think confidence is a huge issue and it's not just reserved for the younger generation. Many of my clients have confidence issues. Indeed, back in 2004, my own life crashed. My father was diagnosed and actually died of cancer. My mother had been diagnosed with cancer and was in remission. She's now out of remission again now. And I was made redundant. And also 20 years ago to 2011, my brother died of cancer. So for me, my whole life crashed. And the biggest impact was on my confidence and my self-esteem. So I went to Durban to go and see a friend of mine. And she did two things. She made me laugh and she gave me a gift. She lent me a book and I have brought this book with me. It had such an impact on my life that when I got home I bought 7 copies and I gave them to people that I thought this book might be able to help. The key thing this book gave me was it enlightened me or reminded me that I had to take responsibility for my actions and decision making. I think by the little I have told you, you'll probably agree that I had a story anybody would cry for. And it's so easy for us to maybe think that we're different. You don't understand what I've been through. I have every reason to be behaving the way that I'm behaving. And this book helped me realize that I had to take responsibility for my actions and decision making. Second thing she did was make me laugh. She said, "Don't worry, Sarah. Behind every door closing, another one slams in your face." And it really made me laugh because she'd actually hit the nail on the head. That was exactly what I felt was happening. So I came back to the UK and I, in some ways, had to start again. And I had to focus on building up my confidence. So I'm going to talk to you, first of all, to unpack things that we can do, patterns of behaviour that can undermine our confidence. A complaining nature can undermine confidence. Being ungrateful in a regular state can undermine confidence. To live with unresolved issues, conversations you should be having with people that you're not having. Wanting the right results, but taking the wrong action. Computer says no. It's illogical. And yet, so many of us, we want the right results, and when we don't get them, if we actually look back, we realise, well, actually, I didn't act, do, or say the right thing. How on earth can I expect the right result? I need to go back and address the way that I was behaving and what I was saying. Energy vampires. There are 4 of them. And I don't know how pally you are in the room, but as I will talk about energy vampires, you will think of somebody around you maybe who fits a description. But also, in a minute, they might be thinking of you. So hold your laughter. And then I'll tell you a nice way of getting energy. I will also tell you my preferred negative style, my energy vampire style, and I'll tell you what my husband's is. So the first one is the poor me. So when I'm talking in the corporate world, it's when you perhaps arrive to work on a Monday and you want to say to somebody, "Hi, how are you?" but actually you want to block your ears because you know what they're going to do. They are going to list all the poor me's: life, my car, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my dog, my work. And what happens is they completely drain you of energy. They go off feeling empowered and you're sat there going, "Brilliant, Monday morning." Next one, people who are aloof. They want you to chase them. So they will do it by dissing telephone calls or just ignoring you. It's not they want you to go away, they want you to chase. Next one, which was always my preferred style, the intimidator, the bully, the person who would come in quite forcefully. Do you know, years ago I was told that my body language could stink and I didn't even have to say a word. And looking back, you know, I was mortified. And so I did something about it, and I hope for those that know me, that my body language is much kinder than it used to be. And the last one is interrogator. The person, this is my husband's style when his energy is low, and he comes in and fires questions, one thing after another, perhaps jumping from subject to subject, and they know that you're getting all, you know, caught up in the web, if you like, but they can feel energized and you feel drained. But there's a positive way to get energy. Because I think already we've understood we need energy, so we're going to get it from somewhere. A positive way is something called VTO, value to others. If you give value to other people, you will get a warm feeling of satisfaction just knowing that you've helped somebody, whether it's to pick their books up, whether it's to open a door for them, or whether it's to remember the name of the toilet cleaner. You just smile and you think, I know I've given them value. And you actually build up an emotional bank account, and that feeds your confidence and feeds your self-esteem. And it's a much better way of getting energy than using the energy vampire route. Fearful of confrontation. I've half touched on it already. I believe confrontation is a life skill. We need to learn how to have those conversations and to sort out issues and problems. I believe that we live an unhappy and frustrated life if we are not confronting things that are worrying us and disturbing us. I think we would all agree there's a better way of doing it than perhaps other ways. So if you actually embrace it and say, okay, I'm going to learn a skill here, then you're more likely to deliver that confrontation in a very kind, considerate way, but still be prepared to have that conversation that you feel you need to have to communicate something. Watch your self-talk. You know, you will believe whatever you tell yourself. And it's like the genie in the bottle. You rub it and you just go, your wish is my command. So if you're standing there saying, I'm no good at sports and I can't do this and I can't do that and I'm nervous and I'm that, then guess what? That's what you'll get. So watch your self-talk and be directive with your self-talk and change it into positive things. List the things that you want rather than things that you don't want. Winging it undermines your confidence. You know, I can tell you I've prepared for today. If I came here and I was winging it today, then I know I would be walking off disappointed, and it would obviously fundamentally undermine my confidence the next time I'm booked to present somewhere. Breaking your own moral code. I often use the one about stealing. I think we would all say we shouldn't steal, and yet if we do, and I can tell you when I was about 10, I stole an apple and I ate it. And I didn't think much of it. I thought it was absolutely fine. Until the teacher in the class then said, somebody has stolen an apple. Can you please stand up in a row? All the students, I'm going to walk along and smell your breath. At that point, how confident was I? And also, how much then did I think that I was right? Okay? So when we break our own moral code, it can undermine our confidence. And often people can behave in an angry way, and we don't know why. It's sort of inappropriate behaviour. And very often it's because they've broken their own moral code. Be wary of being overconfident. So often when we talk about confidence issues, we think it's a lack of confidence. Please know that overconfidence is just as much of a concern, and it can really trip you up, so be careful about that. Not looking after yourself can undermine your confidence. I've made sure, especially with my family history, I do everything I can to look after myself. Our daughter is 22, our son is 24. Shortly after our daughter was born, I was also diagnosed with a prolactinoma. I won't tell you what it is, you can research it if you like, but for me it's a big thing. I need to look after myself, and it helps me feel confident. Self-sabotaging emotions can undermine your confidence. Fear, false expectations appearing real. Rejection, when we seek approval from other people to have permission to be who we are today. I suggest you do not need to seek approval from other people to have permission to be who you are today, but just be the best person that you can be. That's my duty on this planet, to be the best Sarah Hopwood that I can be. That means that when I get it wrong, I need to make sure I'm brave enough, bold enough, emotionally intelligent enough to put my hand up and say, I'm really sorry, I got that wrong. What can I do to put it right? To actually follow the whole scenario, but also to be able to put my hand up and say, I know most of you don't agree with me, but I stand by what I say. So be very clear about who you are. And it was Nelson Mandela that said, we are not serving the world by playing small.